Hey, thanks for tuning in. We're doing another real estate video. If you like them, like, subscribe to the channel. We're here to educate and inform you about all the real estate stuff going on in the world. If you're a buyer, renter, seller, live in your mom's basement, knowing about real estate, it's important to at least have a basic understanding of what's going on so you can better prepare yourself for life. So if you're watching some of my other videos, just as we predicted, they cut rates and they came pretty far down, all the way into the sixes. If you follow my newsletter, we do it every week, into the sixes in December. And as a result, pending home sales post biggest jump since June 2020 as mortgage rates fall. This is pending home sales. So pending home sales, what that means, it is homes that have gone into contract but have not yet closed the transaction. Pending home sales rose 8.3% in December from previous month of November, according to the monthly index released Friday by the National Association of Realtors. So not all of these could go through, but the majority of them do. If you're in contract, you want to close, and if you don't close, there's going to be a penalty for not closing for the buyer, for the seller, but not all of them close, most of them do. So this is a good sign. The jump in pending home sales was the largest since June 2020, when it rose 14.9%. So this is like peak COVID. We're like, what, June is March, April, May, June, 4 months out. So we had really low rates. COVID, the lockdowns are in effect. People are making decisions to move, stay, upgrade, downsize. So the sale pace exceeded expectations on Wall Street. Economists were expecting home sales to increase by 2% in December, and they got 8.3. Transactions were up 1.3 from last year, month over month. So transactions are the closed volume, okay? But last year it was very low compared to previous years. But transactions were up 1.3 from last year. I don't know about that. Maybe that was for the month of December. NAR also released an updated forecast for existing home sales on Friday. The group expects existing home sales to increase by 13% from last year to 4.62. Last year we had about 4.09. They're predicting 6.2. That's a significant increase. Transactions, people are pent up and they want to buy and sell and move, and some people have to. So as we're talking about, the interest rate cuts are supposed to be about 4 times in 2024. So we're expecting that to bounce along in the 6th and 7th range for most of the year. I don't think they're going to get too far down in the 5s, but what's the big picture here? The increase in contract signings and mortgage applications reported earlier this week indicate that there is a pent-up demand, like I was just saying, by having people apply for mortgages. But I mean, as we said, limited supply, as always, as this has been the story for a long time. So we're getting these lock-in effects where homeowners decide to sell their home, but they don't want to because of the mortgage rates, and then sales won't be able to increase because they're stuck in these poison pills. So it's the freeze. It's the freeze. It's the Mr. Freeze. The housing market is off to a good start this year as consumers benefit from falling mortgage rates and stable home prices. People, as were expecting, really significant downturns in the home prices, but that just didn't happen. Job additions and income growth will further help with the housing affordability, but increased supply will be essential for satisfying all potential demand. And what do we do about that? We need to cut the red tape for new homes. If you go and look into certain states and certain locations, even if there's just vacant land to build a new home, there's just way too much red tape. Number 2, a lot of rental laws in some of these places make it unattractive for people to buy or renovate rental units, and those are the people who are professionally in the industry to turn it over, and you need that turnover to make money, build new houses. And then number 3, I even saw a video from some local celebrity in Augusta who does like housing stuff, and this has got a good point. He's the owner, he's also the licensed electrician, and he wanted to work on this house. They want him to work on this house because it's a dilapidated house. It's good for the community. But it took them weeks to get back on the permits to build. He started building, and now he gets a fine. We see this a lot in the city of New York as well. 3, 4, 5 months for a permit. I had this in New Jersey earlier this year. Listen, you could be done with an entire project for the amount of time it takes to get a plumbing permit or changing electrical. And in some places, you're not even doing that much changing, as long as you're off the easement line, as long as you're, building in a safe manner. Just to move a bathroom or a sink 3 feet, wait weeks and weeks and weeks. It just doesn't make sense for people to do this. And I know some people are upset about the investors coming in to build homes or take up some of the supply, but like, go to depending on where you are in the country, you can go to certain places where you need people to invest in these homes to create more housing, whether it's new construction or existing home sales, which I prefer existing home sales. All right, that's it. Pending home sales post biggest jump since June 2022. So I have a prediction that we are going to be very busy this spring. So if you're interested, give me a call and we will talk to you later. Like, subscribe, write a comment.